Well, welcome to Thursday, May the 21st. Today's broadcast of Surrounded by Love. Thank you for joining me again for another episode. And today our topic is why do we settle? Why do we settle? And when I say settle, it could be positions for employment or the employer you may have. It could be settling for different aspects of relationship, settling in financial situations, settling for choices that we make. And when I say choices that we make, it could even be simple things as shopping for yourself, um, taking time for yourself, things that we choose, like anything that you choose, nail color, type of clothes you wear, places that you go, or that you frequent, because it's always more out there. But do you feel worthy of it? So that was something that came up on yesterday. Like, why do we do that to ourselves? Do you know that you are worthy? Do you believe that? When you have a sense of self and you're comfortable being in your own skin, you're comfortable with your thoughts, you're comfortable with your emotions, you make different choices because you start to build esteem in yourself. And you know, you have this sense of knowing that I am worthy of this. If it's something that you desire, and like if it's an item of clothing, it may be probably outside of your norm of doing for yourself, and you look at it and you feel some type of intimidation, like, oh, that's just too much. And then when you think about it, is it really? Because when you start to think about the things that you invest time or you invest money in, it just may mean probably not so much fast food or not so much coffee each week. And if it's something you truly desire for yourself, what's wrong with it? And what's wrong with it is you or we don't feel that we deserve such things. A lot of times we get caught in the cycle of caring for others, and you can see that others deserve such things. Oh, that's a beautiful color on her. Oh, I just love that eyeshadow. I love that shade of lipstick that you're wearing or they were wearing. And you ask them about it and they tell you. And if it's a certain name, you tense up because it's like, oh no, I'm not spending. In your mind, you like, I'm not spending that kind of money on that. But why is that? But you spend it on other things. Or is it we settle also for circumstances? And I mentioned employment earlier. There are different classes and certifications that you or we can take to advance ourselves, and we don't because, oh no, that's too expensive. But if you know you want to progress, you know you want to be promoted, you know you want or you desire to move further in the organization, or you would like to, if you're you want to go back to school, complete a degree program. And like, no, I don't want to do that because you're intimidated just by the sheer notion of doing it, and you so intimidated by it, like you won't even consider it. And which is past intimidation, is really called fear. And that's another aspect of why we settle for things, because we don't feel as if we deserve it, or we don't feel that we have what it takes to complete it. Like you get so worked up in your mind, you don't even get past the thought of it, let alone step one. And sometimes to surpass that or to overcome it, don't think about everything in its total, like just the complete totality of it. Just go step by step. It could be simple things like, I would say, like redoing your bathroom or your bedroom, like your personal space. Everybody needs a personal sanctuary in their home. It could be like decorating your bedroom, and you're like, oh no, I'm not doing that. That's too much money. And when you think about it, like, especially now, everybody's having a sale. And you don't have to go in the store if you're not comfortable with that. You can order it off the internet and they will deliver. And everybody's having a sale. And it's something for you. But do you even feel worthy of doing that for yourself? So when you go back to work, you come home from the end of a maybe hard, grueling day, you can walk inside your room and just be able to relax or release or feel at peace or be happy you're there because it's something that you created, or space you have created for yourself. It's something that you enjoy and is beautiful to you. Do you feel that you are worthy of that? You see other people with things and you feel that good things or great things are okay, or others deserve it, but you don't feel that you're worthy of it. And that's something that we have to correct in our thinking and in our emotions, because you are worthy of it. Nothing is too hard or too difficult for you to attain it. If it's something you really desire, write it out, plan it out, take one step at a time, and you'll be surprised the progress that you make. Don't allow fear to cripple you, which is another reason why we settle, because we cripple ourselves. A lot of times, most of the times, we are our own worst enemy. It's not outside forces. It's not people hating on you, not people gossiping, lying, slandering on you. No, it's you. In your mind, your thoughts, what you think about yourself. That's why we settle. I'm not going to delve into relationships, but a lot of that is about self-worth. What type of confidence do you have? Do you really have a sense of self? Or is it all performance based? Do you dress or whatever? And not saying that it's always provocative, because it doesn't have to be. But do whatever you do for yourself, is it only to get others' attention? Are you that thirsty or starving for compliments? And that's for men and for women. Is that your motive behind it? Or do you do it because it makes you happy? And if that's the case, then that's fine. But if it's the first, then that's something you have to evaluate. And if that's the case, reach out to someone. There are licensed professionals for counselors or counseling that will be able to assist you with that. Because it's okay to do things for you. It's okay to, whenever they reopen, plan a spa day for yourself, or schedule a massage, or go and have your nails done if you're comfortable with doing that. Even now, because everybody have mixed feelings about everything. Going working out. If you don't feel comfortable with going to the gym, you can walk around your neighborhood. You can go to a park and walk. Get some fresh air, move your body. Doing that also builds up your confidence as well. Like, the more you do it, the more you start to think about like what you eat, sugar intake. It makes you aware of that, because you put in the work in to improve yourself. And as we have learned during this time, health is wealth. And that is a form of you taking care of your body. It's like we must have balance in life. We can't just feed our minds or feed our emotions junk, read, sing, just do all these external things, but you have to take care of your spirit. You have to take care of your body. You have to feed your mind as well. It is a balance to it. You can't just focus on one and let all of the others just fall apart. You have to do your part in each area of your life. Your finances too. Like, if you even take the step of, if that's something you need to repair or have repaired, there's many people out there, reputable people. Do your research. But even for yourself, if it's just going on the free websites, because they do have them, to look to even see what's on there, take that step so you'll know for yourself. But just wishing it away is not going to change anything. You're going to have to put forth some effort and know, like, you can have awesome credit too. It's just not for people with money, because it's called stewarding. Like, you'll begin to steward the opportunities and the blessings that God has awarded to you. But he doesn't even waste. He's not one that wastes. He give it based on the capacity that you have. And you must know that you have that in yourself. So you need to steward yourself daily. Take some time out to pause and think about the areas in your life or situations or decisions that you have made where you have settled. And then once you just like cower back, and then when you walk away, you feel like, oh, I wish I would have said something, or maybe I could have did that different, or I wish I would have stood up for myself. When you begin to heal in your mind and in your emotions, and you begin to develop or grow your confidence in yourself, you can professionally agree to disagree with someone. It's not always confrontational, and it doesn't always have to be negative, because people aren't always right. I remember I had a situation, I think it was a while ago. It was, we were talking about, I think, tardies. And during this time, I was working two jobs, and when this particular employer, they knew I was coming from my other job, so it wasn't like I was coming home from work, coming home just being late and lazy. They knew I was stuck in traffic. They knew the situation with maneuvering downtown. It was very difficult at the time, and it's like it was no getting around it. It was what it was, and I wasn't that far away from the first employer that I had. And I remember this conversation came up, and it was like, "Oh no, you had too many tardies." I was like, "No, I don't." And it was like assuredly telling me, "Yes, you do." I'm like, "Let's look at it." And it was like, I guess shocked, because I just didn't agree with what they said. I wasn't being disrespectful. Let's review it together. You have access, show me. So when it pulled up, it was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I was sitting up there, and I just smiled, like, I tried to tell you. So, but what if I just went along with it? And a lot of times we do that. Like, well, that's just what they say. No, it's not just what they say, because people aren't always right. And the computer and the proof, it was proven. It wasn't just my word; those were facts, black and white. But you have to have that sense of self. You have to know, like, okay, I can listen to you, and I hear what you're saying, but I don't share that same viewpoint. And you can state your views and agree to disagree and move on, and it's okay. Don't just settle for what people say, even especially if it's something negative to tear you down. You don't have to accept that. I'm not saying get into a verbal confrontation where it could turn physical. No, I'm not saying that. But have enough esteem and worth of yourself. Like, that's what they said, but I know better. You are the foremost authority on you, not other people. They may see some things, but a lot of times people experience things different. You could be the same three people in a room with one situation, and if I had to step in and question each person, everybody gonna have a different story. That's life. But what's your version of you? Because a lot of times we cower back, and when you constantly hear all this negativity going around and being put out about you, you settle for that, and you begin to conform to that identity that people are saying are making for you. That is not something you have to do. You don't. You do not have to agree with that. And if it's always something negative, change your environment, change your surroundings, because you know within yourself you deserve better. It's someone who says, "Don't go where you're tolerated, go where you're celebrated." That, because you know your worth, and you know, yeah, I may have made mistakes in the past, but I don't have to allow you the opportunity to keep lording it over me, like to keep me enslaved to something that I am No longer, like, I no longer live there. I no longer identify with that. I have made the necessary adjustments and have moved on. But do you feel that you are worthy of such? And when you do, trust me, it's really easy to make changes. But the first thing, do you believe that for yourself? So that was my thought for the day. Take some time out and think about that. Why do you settle for certain things? And what areas in your life do you settle in? You don't have to tell anyone that. You can make a list. And then, even when you make the list, you can also notate what things you can do or what steps you can take to make improvements in that area for yourself. And it's just not you. I say every day, we're all on this journey together, and we are. This is something I have to do with myself as well. So, thank you for joining me on today. As every day, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and my handle is at D as in Danielle, Liz as in zebra, Caesar, C as in Charles, EAS as in Sam, ER as in Robert. So again, that's at D Liz Caesar. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Surrounded by Love, and share as well. And also, if you have any questions or any suggestions for future topics, you can send me an email, and you can do that. The email address is surroundedbylove20@gmail.com. Again, that email address is surroundedbylove20@gmail.com. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing you all on Friday. Have a wonderful day.